Hi guys, this is Mr. Owens from the high school guidance office, and we have now entered a time where we are going to start planning for our class scheduling for the next school year. So this presentation is specifically to help current 8th and ninth graders to make their plans since you guys are on the same diploma. So again, this would be the student scheduling for their ninth and 10th grade year, and there will be some information specific to each of those grade levels. Much of this will be covered in great details as well during our priority scheduling event, so definitely recommend students and at least one parent or guardian do attend that. So I'll try to emphasize the things I need to in this presentation today, and there will be some different things emphasized on that night as well. So most importantly, I want you guys to have a understanding and memory of kind of how we do the process, the timelines, the procedures, so you know what to expect. So do make sure you check out our guidance website. We're still in the process of getting that updated, but it should be as we enter this the scheduling season here. Most of that will be fully up to date very shortly. But you can go in and find our Pathfinder. Our Pathfinder is up to date and it has descriptions of courses. So as you're considering courses to take for next year, really important. Biggest things are research the courses, talk to your teachers, talk to your parents. Maybe look in terms of how the courses match up with the goals that you have. This is what it looks like at our guidance site, and you can see a link to the Pathfinder there, and then specifically scheduling resources. And again, here, once you get into the Pathfinder, you can see all these different pieces. If you want to review the diplomas, you can do that right here. And then you can see all the different departments here, and you can read about courses in that section. These are the counselors in alphabet. Hopefully most of you have, well, not all of you have met all of us, but those are alphabetical and assignments. And so we are the ones who will be working with you throughout your high school years. And then our awesome support staff there in the guidance office as well. So you can see some names and faces. What to expect from us? Again, we will, the biggest thing is we want to identify your goals during high school and beyond high school. And I know some of you don't know those yet, but we want to help you develop those. And then we want to help you achieve those. And we will do that by meeting with you and communicating with you regularly. We don't just sit down there and wait for you to come talk to us. If you need us, we will initiate personal meetings, planning meetings, scheduling meetings, that sort of thing. All right, so this part's really important, scheduling timeline, and because we're kind of going out to two different grades here. So again, this timeline is for current 8th graders. So you guys will do a Google form. You can see the date there, and then we ask you to do that Google form. You'll do that during class, actually, and you'll see a video about how to do that. And we'll send you a copy of that. And then in January, counselors will come over and meet with you face to face and help you put courses into PowerSchool. So the original Google plan, your initial tentative plan based on you looking at courses and talking to teachers, the courses entered into PowerSchool, the more official plan, but changes still can happen after that. But that's when you really want to make sure that you've decided these are the courses I want. Schedule timeline for current 9th grade. You guys will also do a Google form that you can see the date here, and it's super important that you submit that. You can't screw it up. I mean, you can, I guess, a little bit, but the main mistake you can make is just to not do it, because even if you don't know some of everything that you want, I know you still know a lot of what you need and want next year. So please do that form. That way we'll have an idea what your plan is. We will use that form when we meet with you in the coming weeks to actually review your plan in PowerSchool. So you guys are going to do a Google form. We'll send you a copy. PowerSchool will open in January, and then we ask you to get your courses entered on your own, 9th graders, and then your counselor will meet with you and review your plan, and then the weeks following that. Students will have one final time to review requests later in March. Once you've seen those and basically said, yes, this is what I want next year, you can make changes still up until May 1st, and after that, it's going to be very limited, any types of changes that you could make. But those are summarized in the Pathfinder. You can see the term level change here, and there are a couple timelines where you can still move up or down in the same subject if you want something more challenging or you need to drop down to a lower level. This is I'm going to kind of skip past this. We're going to cover this really specifically with the 8th graders because some of these terms are new, specifically about grade weighting, GPA, prerequisites. But do be mindful, even 9th graders, that some of the courses you are looking at might have prerequisites, meaning if you haven't met those, they are not going to show available to you when you get into Power School. Again, reminder, there are dual credit courses where you get college credit and high school credit, and there's also AP where it's a chance to get college credit. Depending on how you do on the AP exam that happens at the end of the year. You do get more GPA weight for AP courses because colleges consider those some of the most rigorous curriculum. Earning a diploma from Plainfield, so you do have to get all the diploma requirements. You do have to get a grad pathway. However, keep in mind we are asking all 9th and 10th graders to go for an honors seal. I'm going to go over those again real quick. And if you get an honor seal, that meets your graduation pathway. So that is the plan as we go into this new diploma. Again, this is for current 8th and 9th. We'll be on this new diploma plan. Biggest thing in red here I kind of want to point out for both grade levels, we will ask you to make a goal, and that goal will include which seal would you like to try to get, which honors seal. By the time now you're scheduling for 10th grade, you as you meet with your counselor, we might say, hey, you're on track for a second seal as well, and we can start talking about that. So again, the main changes, that's 42 credits. So again, as long as you're getting 10, 11 credits per year out of normally going to schedule 12 or 14, that keeps you on track for the diploma. We'll talk a lot about work-based learning and internship. Those are a part of the honors seals. You do have more personalization and flexibility with this diploma. And you can see the note here again. This is from administrators. All PHS students will pursue at least one honor seal until it looks like you wouldn't be able to attain that. So here's all the different seals. I am going to touch on them, but there's a lot of different combinations. You could get, this one, this one, this one. You could get these two. You could get all three of these. And then the plus seals, I'll go over real briefly, but you can actually get those as well, typically with more credentialing or additional work-based learning hours. So here's the core subject requirements. I'm going to go these real quickly because there's a lot of information I'm covering and your heads will start to spin. So again, you are going to take English every year. This communication credit will happen during 10th grade. You do have a lot of flexibility with the types of English classes that you take otherwise, including a lot of dual credit options. Math, there's 7 total credits. Everyone's going to take algebra. Everyone's going to take this personal finance class. That's usually going to be 11th or 12th, could be summers or maybe possibly in 10th grade if we needed to. And then additional math beyond that. Usually that's geometry, algebra 2, and past that. Science, everyone's going to take biology. It says 1 credit, but really that should be 2. I see a mistake there. And then this course is going to be taken mostly in 8th grade, but I know some 9th graders are doing that during Smart Class. And then additional science can be a variety of options. Social studies, everyone has to take U.S. history and U.S. government and world perspective, which is a combination of either world history or world language. And so again, this is for the core requirement. World language is required for the enrollment honor seal. And then this is a change. You now have to just do 2 total credits, 1 PE, 1 health. PE can be accomplished as well by doing high school activities. So we call that PE flexibility. I'm not going to read all this, but again, there's PE for athletes, there's PE for football players, there's different types of PE. physical fitness, lifetime fitness, team sports. All those will count as a PE credit. And then you can also get a PE credit by doing these activities, sports, cheerleading, band, show choir, that sort of thing. So if you're going to do any of those things, you can just do that as your phys ed credit. And then the electives are really just kind of anything that doesn't fit the other categories that we've covered, but it's a variety of other things that will be moving you towards your career plan and or college goal. And then PCC, college and careers, is generally going to be taken in 8th grade or in the summer or online during the high school years, but it will not be a class that you'll be in high school. And then reminder about band and choir, you will be placed there by the band and choir teachers in the spring. If you are in dance winter guard, at this point, go ahead and sign up for a concert band. It sounds likely that we'll be switching you into a class called dance class, but we'll match that up with a band class anyway. World history, this is new, is now available for freshmen and sophomores. So this part's really important. 9th graders may consider, if they're not taking world language, because that can cover your world perspective requirement. If you're an honors student or you're taking world language, it would be recommended that you would take world history in 10th grade, and then encouraged, if you potentially, that you would take the higher level, the AP world history. You get GPA weight, college credit. What you wouldn't do is take it both years. So again, 9th graders who maybe aren't doing world language, and maybe will never do it, don't think they would be taking a high-level social studies, can do it in 9th grade. But if you are going, if you're an honors level student and thinking about college, you would most likely take world history in 10th grade and then maybe at the AP level. All right. Honors readiness seal. So again, enrollment honors listed kind of specifically. I'm thinking about going to college. Employment honors also could be going to college, but might also be more of a career tech ed path. Could be going to trade school. But like, for example, this could be an engineering track or a business track or computer science. So those are considered a career tech education, and many students might also be going to college. So I think this will be a common combination. And then we have one specifically for students considering enlistment or a service plan, which could be like law enforcement, firefighting, that kind of thing. The enrollment honors requirements you can see here. Again, you guys can look this stuff up, but you do have to take world language for enrollment honors, and then some additional social studies, math, and more specific science. And then you do have to earn C's and take some dual credit or AP. So, which a lot of our college-bound students do that anyway. So for honors, for this honors, it's a B average and a grade of C. The employment honors requirement is, again, kind of focused on work-based learning, which could come through work or internship experience. And then career tech ed pathway could be Area 31, or again, some other opportunity to do that in a career path. And the enlistment honors, definitely want to take the ASVAB. We usually give that each fall. This public service course is going to be available online at some point, but some more information on that to come. And then the plus seals, again, the main thing, again, if you're interested, look through the Pathfinder, but they're generally through credentialing, work-based learning, some additional things. The key considerations, AP and dual credit are vital for the Enrollment Honors Plus. So that could lead to Indiana College Core, AP Scholar. So again, college credit courses, AP courses, those are the key to get that plus level. And then work-based learning, like internship hours, and we're creating new opportunities to do those in school as well, would be a part of those as well. And again, you can come back and look at this slide, but you can kind of see I've circled the key things our students will go for. Again, these are for the plus seals. You can see the work-based learning, College Core and AP Scholar are going to be probably the most common there. And then mentioned Area 31 would be a common way over here, and then work-based learning as well. And then the plus level at the enlistment is a higher ASVAB, again with some other components. Here's again just work-based learning. This was just, you can see some of the hours, and those hours, the 650 is a little heavy, but again, those can start the summer before your ninth grade year, all the way up until the end of your senior year. So we don't think it's going to be hard to get those hours, and we'll tell you more about how we're going to keep track and all that and stuff. Here is just an example of I'm thinking about college. I might want to get a higher level honor seal. You can see the AP courses. Again, advanced placement, college credit. DC is dual credit. This college flex might mean somebody that's taken a college class, outside the building as well. So you can kind of get a look at what that might look like. And then here's a couple sample 4-year plans and 9th and 10th grade schedules. So again, if you're going into 9th or 10th, you can kind of see, here's one student maybe did or didn't do honors. They might advance up to honors maybe in 10th. These categories where they say seal focused, again, based on, that could be internship, it could be taking courses in your career, college major path, that sort of thing. So that's where that flexibility kind of comes in, but just an idea. But lots of flexibility, right? And then look, by senior year, it's pretty wide open, lots of different things. A lot of students do internship or other very specific courses to get them ready for college. And this is just a little different sample as well. This student got a few more 8th grade credits. The MS is middle school, and so they were a little bit further along in some areas. So. And then here's a sample 9th grade schedule. Obviously, this is more for the 8th graders, but you can kind of see, how, most of these core subjects are going to be year long, but you still will be able to pick an elective or career interest, and then maybe a pathway, which is all the courses that say principles are the beginning of a career pathway. And again, here's an example with just some more advanced courses for a 10th grader, perhaps, but you can see. There's a world history option, lots of science options depending on where you're at in math. Our 10th grade English is now, if you were interested in honors, is AP Seminar. That is the option now for honors level for 10th grade, so you can talk to your English teacher about that. Also note, the 10th graders will be able to do a period of internship, so that would be tagged in with one of the departments, and they're working on creating those situations. It might be a little similar to a teacher assistant position, but it does really depend on the department and the teachers that you'll be involved with. But if you're interested in that, you can go ahead and put that in your schedule plan, and then we'll get it figured out in the spring as we go. But that would start to accumulate work-based learning hours that you're going to need. Next steps, again, I kind of already mentioned this, so but make sure that you are looking through materials. Please don't just wing this by not reading about things. You can't believe the students I talk to down the road, like, why? I don't want this class. Why did you sign up for it? I don't know. I just picked something. This is crazy. I mean, it's really important to pick things that are related to your interests, to your career path, maybe your college major. So please look through the material, talk to teachers, talk to your parents, make sure you're invested in the process. And so again, I kind of talked about the process, but again, make sure you're looking at Pathfinder. Make sure you do the Google form, and then make sure you enter your classes into Power School in January. And then your counselor, it's okay if you're picking things before you meet with your counselor, because your counselor will fix any problems. And so it would not be the proper decision, like, well, I just won't do it. I'll just do it with my counselor. Remember, we each have like 500 students we're going to have to meet with. So we will give you time, but we can't set and individually create a schedule with all those kids. So that's why we need you guys to make the plan, and then we'll review the plan, and then we'll tweak the plan as we need. So summer school, I'll have more info on that later. So, but it'll come out again right after school. It'll be online. The main thing is don't sign up for courses if you're taking them over the summer. And then if you tell your counselor, I'm taking this over the summer, and then you never ever do it, We aren't necessarily going to know that, so it's really important to tell your counselor if there's any changes to your plan. But summer school signups will start in March. If you need a summer class to make your schedule plan happen, you've got to sign up for it. We do not do that for you. That's the other thing we hear from students. I never took summer. My counselor said they'd sign up for me. Nope, nobody would have ever said that. We can't and we wouldn't. So you do that, we will get you all the information, and you'll have 3 months to get it done. So no reason not to get it done. You'll have plenty of reminders from me. Okay, this is for our priority scheduling event. So this is a QR code that we put on here for questions. So, but we're not monitoring that at the moment. So anyway, guys, that's it. Sorry, it's a lot I went over. Apologize for the length of that, but hopefully that all made sense. We'll definitely work with you throughout the process. So good luck with everything. We'll be in touch soon. Thanks.